What is going on, dudes? My name is Arthur. Welcome back to Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. In the last episode, we were planning on making our move to Faerghus, but we were attacked by an unknown force. And it turned out to be Fleisch leading an army, Fleisch being Randolph's brother, being upset that he died. They came at us, and Gerald's mercenaries came and attacked us too. We ended up beating Gerald. Gerald was officially killed. We killed him. And Byleth gave himself full Hsothis's power, so that's going to be an issue in the future. Also, Judith died fighting Byleth. Caleb, as his name is in this, because he was coming to beat Claude, or kill Claude. So, and I really wanted to play more because that episode was so nuts that we're going to do it again. So, let's run it back.
Golden Wildfire. The sword swings wide. Despite Fleisch's attack, the Federation reaffirms their alliance with the Empire and finally begins their invasion of the kingdom. Seeing that Faerghus is readying for battle, Claude plans for a short engagement. With a cunning scheme at the ready, his army trespasses into Fraldarius territory.
That's a big jump.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Sedith, we are grateful you could join us.
I would be remiss to ignore something that so clearly concerns the Church. We are here to discuss the latest developments in Leicester, correct?
Indeed. I think it's safe to say that Claude's reinvention of the region and collaboration with the Empire came as a complete shock to us all.
They must have made... Oh, what is that guy from... Fuck, I forgot his name. I'm gonna actually have to look it up. Did they... I wonder if they made Felix look like Shinon. Because that's the hairstyle. Same hairstyle and all.
Thus far, we have been able to dedicate our forces solely to the battle with the Empire in the west. But now we must dispatch troops to the east as well.
The Federation's military force is hardly significant. We shouldn't have to divert much attention from the Western Front.
I would not be so optimistic, not after what happened in ALL. If you recall, the Knights of Seiros were completely wiped out.
Oh, hold on a second. Never mind. I misread. I was thinking Gautier Margrave, and I was thinking Margrave Edmund. Because I always think that Margrave is their first name, and it is not the title. Okay, never mind. This is someone to do with Sylvain's house. Maybe his dad.
Yes, it was a terrible loss. We didn't even have time to send reinforcements. It still pains me to think on what became of Catherine. We heard her unit encountered the Imperial Army, but the complete lack of survivors strikes me as suspicious.
I see. You believe the Federation may have had a hand in the matter.
Precisely. Furthermore, the territories of Burgundy, Seward, and Albany previously wished to defect to our side, but have since reversed their positions. Perhaps their sudden change of heart can be attributed to this incident as well.
If only we'd been able to welcome those houses to the kingdom, we would have a slightly stronger position in the east.
The Church initially acted as an intermediary with those houses, but I fear it would be too risky to continue now. I am sorry.
Considering their iffy loyalty, they wouldn't have been reliable anyway. If we'd taken them in, we'd just be regretting it now.
That may be true, but it is yet another card we are no longer able to play. Our options now are severely limited.
All we can do is hold the Western Front, and watch the Federation like a hawk to see what their next move will be.
I know we are not privy to the details of the pact between the Empire and the Federation. But would it be safe to assume that the followers of Seiros in Leicester have abandoned the Central Church in favor of the Southern Church?
They've certainly severed ties with the Central Church, but it seems they have elevated the Eastern Church instead.
And the Empire allowed that?
They must have figured the war was turning against them and made that concession to secure Leicester's cooperation.
Personally, they don't care about the church.
The Eastern Church. How is Faerghus to survive when we're beset by enemies to the east, west, and even north? I think it is time we devote ourselves to finding an answer to that question.
Well, we've managed to secure the immediate area. I'd say that makes our landing a success.
Clearly, the kingdom was not expecting our sudden appearance this far north.
Neither was I.
They sure weren't. A certain somebody's suggestion to take the unexpected route was right on target.
Technically speaking, it was my suggestion.
Cool.
I was just talking off the top of my head. I didn't think we'd actually be able to invade by sea.
Maybe it was off the top of your head, but I considered a myriad of options before arriving at that
Great.
proposal.
Arvel, we don't care.
And we have Nadir to thank for helping us make our sea dreams come true.
Oh, it was easy enough. All I had to do was secure an official order from the king. None of our merchants would dare disobey that.
You managed to convince the King of Miro to sign off on this?
Convince isn't exactly the word I'd use. I merely placed the paperwork in front of him, at an early hour, when he might not have been fully awake.
You did what now? It sounds to me like he had no idea what he was signing.
It's not as if it's a big deal. We just borrowed a few boats for a bit.
And let's not forget all the assistance Margrave Edmund gave us either.
That's right. Being able to use his ports certainly cut down the length of our voyage.
I'm glad my adoptive father was able to help. Shortened though it was, I can't say my stomach enjoyed the trip. I have to admit, Margrave Edmund really came through. And here I thought he only ever chucked money at us. At least that's what Judith would say.
That's a pretty good impression, Hilda. Maybe you've got a future as the hero of Goneril.
You know, I like the sound of that.
Good to see you're all as relaxed as ever. But let's get back on task. Our plan's working so far, but we've still got a lot to do. I just hope our little invitation was accepted.
The Srang forces saw our movements just as we planned. They've been inspired to strike, and soon, I expect. It's possible they're already marching on Gautier territory.
If that's the case, then we can't afford to stand around talking about it. We'll head out as soon as we're ready. We'll make our way through Fraldaria's territory and strike Ferdiad, the kingdom's capital.
Okay. Oh my god, we have a lot of side missions. I'm surprised we still have some back on Leicester's side. Alright, battle suggestions. What we got on the docket this time? Don't be shy, speak up if you got a suggestion.
How about this?
Okay, acquire materials to expand the Tactics Academy.
I'll take care of it.
Yes!
One step at a time.
Sounds good to me. Let's get rolling, everyone. Honest to God, that's so necessary. What is it? Okay, what can I use? What can I buy here? Oh. Never mind, I did look at this at some point. It's just a bunch of stat boosting stuff, which the stats don't make as much of a difference in this game. It is truth. I mean, they do. Like, you can obviously see the effects of strength in battle and defense, obviously taking less damage and whatnot. But a lot of the other stuff is based on how you as the player play the game. Anyway. You must harness your emotions to continue working toward our goal. The sorrow and regret will undoubtedly make you stronger.
Whoa.
That is how humans work, at least as far as I'm aware. I never had the opportunity to visit the kingdom before. What a novel experience. It's not as though we're honored guests, however, so I can't spend my time doing quest research. He hasn't changed at all. You haven't changed one bit. Have you gotten any results? A ridiculous question. I don't have to research to get results. All this talking has worn me out. Good night. So we're in Kingdom territory now. I only wish Judith could be here with us. I guess it's too late to turn back now. At least we won't have to worry about any invasions from Miro while we're gone. That's right. Yeah, well, we haven't officially negotiated a ceasefire with them, but should be fine as long as Nadera's with us. Actually, couldn't we ask Nadera to broker an official ceasefire? I mean, it sounds like he can get the king to sign anything when he's half asleep. It's possible. Do I have my support now with Leone since we had all that shit go down? Fuck! I want to do it so bad. We landed a while ago, but I still feel dizzy. People say large ships don't rock as much so you don't get seasick, but that's obviously untrue. Yeah,
I don't know.
There's swimming a lot. I probably would have gotten seasick too if I'd been on it any longer. I'm glad I'm not the only one, but now I'm dreading the voyage back home. Alright, let's do the support with her.
May I speak with you a moment?
Oh, yeah. I was just about to take a break. You need something?
Our relationship has been strained for a while, so I thought it was time to resolve our issues.
It has?
Yes. At least I felt that way ever since the incident.
I fucking love that. The incident. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even remember what happened to the last support. It's been such a long time.
Oh, you mean that time you were hollering about some ghost, but it turned out to be a dead tree? I didn't think anything about that. And I didn't tell anyone either.
No, not that. Well, yes, there was that, but there was another, more defining incident. Remember?
Are you talking about the time I treated you like a kid and you got all mad?
Yes, of course that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, checks out.
That happened a long time ago. Has it really been eating at you ever since?
Well, I mean, I was unable to maintain my composure and got rather aggressive with you over trivial details. I kept telling myself that I had to apologize, but I could never bring myself to do it. But now, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like to apologize too. I should have been more careful with what I said. Why does being called a kid upset you so much? If you don't think of yourself that way, then any comments of the kind should be like water off a duck's back.
Look, I'm a tiny bit younger than everyone else, and it doesn't help that I'm shorter too. Plus, I do have somewhat of a baby face.
Really? You don't look that young to me.
You don't think so?
Yeah. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too.
Oh no, I'm not really.
But most importantly, your skill at commanding troops puts all the real adults to shame.
Hold on. Real adults? So what you're saying is that I'm ultimately still just a child?
Crud, I misspoke. What I meant was...
There you go, making excuses again. Now I know exactly what you think of me.
This conversation's going sideways again, isn't it?
It would seem so. Though, I suppose forgiving you would be the mature thing to do.
Hey, there you go. See? You are a real grown-up, Lysithea.
Something about this still rubs me the wrong way, but... Oh, fine. I just ask that you keep treating me like the adult I am.
Alright.
friend.
I bet the kingdom never dreamed we'd come by sea. And even when they do catch on, they won't have many forces to spare to drive us off. They've already got their hands full with the Empire to the west and Serang to the north. What about Serang? I don't really know what's going on with Serang. Serang is a region of warlike people who live on a peninsula north of Faerghus. House Gotti has defended the kingdom from their invasions over the years, just like House Gunnar has protected us from Elmira.
Long story short,
They haven't tried anything recently, but I'm sure they'll attack once they hear the kingdom is in disarray. Or at least, I'm hoping they do. Either way, we'll have to put everything we have into this fight. I get a little jumpy being so far from Leicester. We gotta watch our backs. I'm sure we'll be fine, but can't help but feel a little uneasy without Judith around. Yeah. I'm sorry. God, when do I get my A support with him and Lysithia? Hey, Constance. I had no idea what would happen when the Federation captured me, but it is truly a great relief to hear they've allied with the Empire. Ask if she doesn't want to fight him. I imagine you don't want to fight the Empire because it's where you're from, right?
Indeed.
Obviously, I cooperated with the Knights of Ceros because they allowed me to live under Garreg Mach. However, I am still an Imperial noble at heart, even if I've lost my home and my territory. Though I suppose I would settle for being a Federation noble too. Hey, Commander, how do you like the voyage? Amaran ships are second to none, wouldn't you say? It was my first time on one too. Anyway, it's practically unheard of for any Elmiran to set foot in Faerghus. I may as well take advantage of being here and really cut loose. Alright.
So anyway,
Margrave Edmund truly made this expedition happen. We never would have been able to receive those large ships without his fine harbor. I imagine he was able to build it because of his constant business dealings.
Hey.
What kind of guy is Margrave Edmund?
I suppose so.
First I met him when I acted as my father's proxy at the Round Table. He didn't leave me with a great first impression.
I suppose so.
He insisted on whatever would benefit him personally and tried to halt anything that inconvenienced him. I would describe his business acumen and his oratory skills in one word: shrewd. He is without a doubt one of the greatest heroes of our time. Eclipses me in everything but martial prowess.
Come to think of it.
Oh, by the way, apparently the Margrave told His Majesty he wanted to provide support for House Daphne. He and Judith didn't often get along, but I suppose they respected each other in a way.
Right.
Hey, Balthus, Constance, Happy. All the usual suspects are here. Up until 2 years ago, I lived with them underground as part of the Ashen Wolves house. Ask about the Ashen Wolves. The Ashen Wolves. I don't remember the house from the Officers' Academy. It was called a house, but really it was a home for young ones who had no place left to go in the world. It was a comfortable place for people with special circumstances like us. Okay, we got to see support with Yuri, so let's do it.
Yuri's still not back yet? It's been 5 days. What's this? A letter? Not like him to leave his stuff lying around. I wonder if it says anything about where he went. Oh, it's just sitting there. Can't hurt to take a peek, right? Are you well? Eating enough? I worry about you all the time. Thank you for sending money always. I want to see you soon. Huh. Is this letter for Yuri? It's got a different name on it.
Having fun?
Yuri! Wow, you really snuck up on me. When did you get back?
Just now. More importantly, why are you snooping through things that don't belong to you? Choose your next word carefully if you don't want them to be your last.
I'm sorry. It was just sitting out in the open, so I thought it'd be okay if I read it. I was worried you weren't coming back.
Never mind. I can't imagine you'd have a reason to pry into my affairs. I suppose this is what I get for taking off without telling anyone. And for being so careless.
Yeah, I thought you'd be the last person to leave something like this behind. You must have left in a hurry.
You could say that.
I see. Well, it must have been important. But I know it's none of my business.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't mind. The letter is from my mother. She's always been prone to illness, but lately her condition has grown worse. I try to visit whenever she asks to see me. Obviously, there are times when I can't go, but I have to take all the time I can get, right? I never know which visit will be my final chance to see her.
I understand. Once someone's gone, they're gone. But wait, the name on that letter, is that your real name? So Yuri's an alias and you're really
No need to say it. And yes, what parent would call their kid by an alias anyway?
Fair point. It's a nice name, though. Why hide it?
In my line of work, it pays to have more than a few names. And don't go telling anyone about this. You won't like to find out what happens if you do.
I won't, promise. And if I do slip up, you're free to do your worst. In any case, I am sorry for prying. And for what it's worth, I hope your mom gets better soon.
If it were easy to cure, then we wouldn't even be talking about it. But I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless.
Alright.
Let's think about that.
It's so exciting we got to travel by ship to one of the kingdom's ports. I only wish this was an educational excursion. I bet if Judith were here, she'd give me the scolding of a lifetime.
I see.
She'd say I was acting too carefree. We're in enemy territory after all. Guess I should really pull myself together. Sorry, Livia, I've been avoiding you lately. It's just, whenever I saw you, I couldn't help think about the captain.
I'll do it.
But I'm okay now and ready to move on. I'm gonna fight even harder and honor the captain's memory. It's great. I really want to unlock our A support, though. Because I really want to give you my Merc Whistle, because you deserve it. Best girl. Still.
Did you know?
I stopped by my home before we left, but I hardly said a word to my adoptive father. He was too busy preparing the ships and securing supplies for us.
Let's see.
You haven't seen him in a while, right? Sorry you didn't get the chance. Oh, no, it's fine. I really didn't want to talk with him anyway, but for some reason I did feel a little sad leaving without barely speaking to him. It's very odd. Perhaps the distance has made me think more fondly upon him. Claude asked me to watch out when the Strang army makes a move. It's honestly hard to get a good read on them, but they know the kingdom's in a bind, so it's likely they'll march south to attack. Margrave Gautier set up a powerful defense up in the north. I doubt they'd make it to the capital.
Let's see.
Is this Margrave Gautier person really that strong?
All right.
By all accounts, yes. His house had defended Faerghus for generations. Gautier will have to deal with the attacks from Strang, making it easier for us to invade. So this is the kingdom. Or wait, maybe it's not? I spent all my time inside, so I can't tell the difference. Confirm. Oh yeah, we're definitely a different place. You seriously can't tell?
All right.
Well, now you mention it, I guess it is super cold.
Yeah.
I can't believe I let you all drag me to the kingdom. That's what's wrong.
Huh?
Do you not like the kingdom or something? It's not really the kingdom itself, more like my bad memories here. Don't worry about it though, I'm still gonna fight. I don't know much about this justice junk, but at least everyone in this army treats me nicely. I haven't bought any gifts in such a long time, so I'm just gonna give an owl feather. Everybody likes owl feathers.
Just don't take me anywhere weird, okay?
Okay, I think I just got my support conversation with Happy. Yep. Let's do it.
Oh, hey, Happy. You sure like the outdoors, huh?
I guess you could say that. Probably because I grew up in a forest. Or maybe it's because I was forced to live in Abyss all that time.
Oh, that's right. You were at Garreg Mach too. I wasn't there for very long, but I never would have guessed there was a whole town hiding just below my feet.
Well, it was. I should know. What about you, though? What did you do before hopping into the mercenary business?
Before that? Oh, well... I lived with my mom in a village deep in the mountains. Feels like forever ago now. Oh, I call her my mom, but we weren't actually related. She was more like a foster parent.
So what was she like? I don't suppose she was interested in magical research, was she?
I don't know about research, but yeah, she knew how to use magic.
Interesting. How did you two end up living together?
I don't really know the details. I can't remember anything from before I was with her. Apparently, I was a foundling.
Sadly, finding a starving, abandoned child isn't that uncommon. But for her to take me in and raise me as her own, I think my mom was someone special.
Yeah, I guess. She was probably a good person.
Something on your mind, Happy?
I was just wondering why someone who could use magic was living in a remote mountain village.
You know, someone told me one time that she wasn't actually from there. But when I asked her about it, she just gave me this sad smile.
Very interesting.
Seriously, Happy, what's going on? Does it have something to do with my mom?
No, it's nothing. Sorry to bring it up. I was just letting my imagination get the better of me. Sorry if I upset you, really.
I'm fine, don't worry about it. No big deal. Besides, I'm sure you had your reasons, right? If you ever feel like talking about it, I'm always here.
Thanks. Just some old demons of mine.
Happens to the best of us. Don't sweat it. You want to head back and get something to eat?
Sure. Oh, and we can pick some berries on the way. I think I saw some a little bit ago.
What kind? After all my time in the mountains, I'm something of a berry expert myself.
I wonder. Maybe we'll learn more when we get our A support, if there's some sort of link between Olivia's mother and Happy. Maybe, like, Olivia's mother was the one that cursed her or something like that. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
So
my grandpa used to be a merchant and he had all sorts of adventures while traveling around. Once he tried going all the way to the northern reaches of the kingdom. Did you get anything out of it?
Oh, man.
I asked that too, but he got mad and started yelling. Adventure started about gang stuff. Anyway, eventually went so far north it got too cold for him. Just when he decided to turn back, he met up with some folks from Sprang. Except they couldn't understand each other, so they got into a fight. My grandpa managed to steal one of their furs and made a break for it. Wait, is it my grandpa's fault that Faerghus and Sprang don't get along? Yes. That Nadir guy's a hoot. I like him. I was thinking he had to be some kind of oddball to do that whole brotherhood thing with Holst. And I was right, that guy's something else. Acts like he's half his age, too. Hey, Hilda can become a Wyvern Lord. Very cool. I have 3 Master Seals I can use right now. So Hilda's gonna get one. And didn't Lawrence? Yeah, Lawrence still needed it because he was just a normal paladin. So he can. Let's make him a Dark Knight. Fuck it. Why not? Let's roll with it. See what he does. Oh wait, he still uses a lance. That's so good.
Now you will see my true value.
That armor is fucking incredible. Oh, I just instinctively gave it to Raphael. I forgot that I only had 3.
Sure, if it helps.
I mean, it's not that I wouldn't give it to him. Oh, Yuri is already a master in his class, which is great. I feel like I should pick one of these girls to use. Wait, I was happy already at 2 stores. It's 2 stores. We have some new support conversations. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in this episode. I don't know how long it's going to be, but Lawrence and Balthus have their C support because apparently they can build support, which is kind of wild, but let's do it. I'm interested to see what this would be.
Hey, just the guy I wanted to see.
Ah, Balthus, do you need me?
Yep, got some hush-hush stuff I want to talk to you about. So let's go somewhere private.
Goodness, whatever could it be? It must be serious if we need to discuss it in a private setting.
So, what do you know about the Claude investigation?
I fear I have no idea what you are talking about. Did this request come from my father, perchance?
Yeah, I figured you might be in the dark.
Indeed, this is the first I have heard of it, though I believe he may have spoken to me once regarding something similar. Still, I am surprised he would ask such a thing of you. Also, how do you even know my father?
You know I've borrowed a lot of money from all kinds of folks, right? Well, your pops is on that list. I'm as broke as can be, so he put me to work to pay it back. That's how I ended up looking into Claude. I think that was around the time I decided to hide under Garrick Mott.
I am relieved to hear you know him for surprisingly normal reasons.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Still, I wonder why my father would lend money to a base mercenary such as yourself.
Just gonna ignore that last part, huh? Now I know where the phrase like father like son comes from. Anyway, I'll answer your question. I may not look it, but I actually used to be a noble.
You, a noble? Pray, keep your jests in check, sir.
No joke. The full name's Balthus von Albrecht. I'm surprised you didn't know. Claude and Hilda both did.
Does this mean you have connections with Lord Holst?
Yeah, we're old buddies. I was the heir to my house too, so we got to see each other a lot.
An heir? Goodness me, I apologize for my ignorance. To think a boorish man so lacking in honor and grace would be a noble.
Hey, easy. I'll have you know I was actually the lord of the house. It wasn't till after I inherited the title that I left.
Such a thought staggers the imagination, but I will accept it for the time being. And I feel I now understand your relationship to my father.
You just sort of say whatever pops into your head, don't you?
Some more sophisticated
Still,
Raphael.
You better think twice about that brutal honesty of yours. Especially since you're the Count now.
You may be right. Thank you for the counsel.
Alright. Very good. I'm actually surprised that I do not have a B conversation with Yuri. That is only C and A. I guess it's a little different with all of them. Oh, I didn't have a conversation with Happy before that last one that I just did. I didn't actually realize that. Alright, we have Ignatz and Leone with their B support.
Yeah. Nice job, Leone. That's one of the biggest deer I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's gonna make for a fine feast. Well, let's start breaking it down and...
Well, what's wrong?
Ignatz, there's only one arrow in this deer.
Hey, you're right. That's weird. I thought both of us hit the mark, but I guess not.
These arrows are all standard issue, so there's no way to tell which one of us fired the kill shot. Well, my arrow felt great when I let it fly, so I think it's safe to assume this is mine.
Maybe. It didn't penetrate very deep, so it might actually be mine. I can't draw my bow back as far as you, you know. But, I mean, it could easily be yours too. I don't actually know for sure.
It's true that it's not too deep, and you do have great aim. Nope, it's mine. It has to be. The shot just felt too good when I let it go.
I guess one of us could have hit a different deer. Although, I haven't actually seen any others.
Doesn't matter. Pull the arrow out while I get ready to hang and skin it.
Okay, sure. Huh? Hang on, there's something in... Ah!
Hurry up, Ignatz. We've got to hang it and drain it before the blood congeals.
I think my controller died. At least it died in the right after the sentence, and it didn't cut her off.
Leone, look! I found the other arrow!
Well, someone seems delighted. Where was it?
In the deer. There was a shadowed arrowhead inside the wound, and after I dug around a bit, I also found splintered fragments of a shaft.
So you both one was.
Wait, so the first arrow hit the deer, and then the second one hit in the exact same place?
I actually wanted to make the joke that it was the Robin Hood shot, that one of them hit the other's arrow. And I was like, no, it's probably not that. They're probably just going to argue about who killed it the whole time, and, Ignat's eventually gonna relent because it doesn't matter. It turns out, nope, it was the Robin Hood shot.
Sure seems that way. That would also explain why the arrow we found was so shallow.
Wow, that's seriously impressive.
Yeah. We weren't off by so much as an inch.
This is great news. I was so certain I'd hit the deer, but then I started doubting myself. I think it would have broken my brain if I was wrong.
I worried I was losing my touch too.
We were thinking the exact same thing.
I know, right? That's too funny.
Honestly, you're such a crack shot, it would have been strange if you missed from that distance.
And no one hunts better than you, Leonie.
Doesn't matter if we're hunting deer or trading blows on the battlefield. There's no one I'd rather have at my side than you.
Same here. Now, let's take care of this deer so we can start that feast.
Alright, that's cute.
Impressive.
It was quite shocking to learn that Miro possesses such formidable ships. I thought our technology was much more advanced than theirs, but that does not appear to be the case at all. Ran out of air. Yeah. Yeah, some people talk about Almirans like they're bloodthirsty monsters, but that's clearly wrong. Indeed, I must admit there's misguided prejudice on our part. Perhaps we ought to pay more attention to what is happening outside of Fodlan. I'm certain there's much we can learn from them. Yes. Oh, I got it. Giving the anemones to him actually got some support. A support, I think.
Ah, there you are.
Here to complain again, Lawrence?
Do I look like a man who does nothing but complain? Simply preposterous.
Okay, then what do you want?
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I have grown remarkably stronger as of late.
Oh, I absolutely have noticed.
I've poured all my effort, nay, my very blood, into these results. And do you know why that is?
You want to prove me wrong.
To win the war, right?
That may be part of it, yes. But the impetus came from you throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
I don't remember doing anything like that.
Even though I didn't, yeah.
You surely could not have forgotten. Your words ring true in my ears even now.
Oh, fuck. I wanted to phrase it and be funny, but I forgot the fuck, how to, what was going to phrase it. Damn it, ADHD.
It was something like, if you don't want people running in to save you, then you just gotta get stronger than me.
That does sound like me.
And I believe I responded, the day my strength surpasses yours, my noble personage will save your commoner skin and restore the proper order to this world.
What's the voice?
Yes, I most certainly did. And now that day has finally come. I am a man of my word, after all. If I could only just rescue you from a perilous spot in battle, I will have truly fulfilled my vow.
So, that was a vow, huh?
Yes, one I whispered into the ears of the goddess herself. Yet you seem dead set on foiling my every opportunity to fulfill it. Somehow you never stumble, never falter on the battlefield. It's almost as if you're an army all on your own.
I am. Did you see what I did in the last one?
And so, despite my every intention to rush in and rescue you, the opportunity never arises. Well, what do you plan to do about this?
Okay, see what you're doing right now? You're complaining again. But you've got it all wrong. The reason I don't run into trouble in battle isn't because I'm all-powerful or something. It's because I have reliable allies like you fighting alongside me. So you see, you've already fulfilled your vow.
What? Well, I must say I'm quite impressed with myself. It seems I've managed to save your life without even realizing it. Which means I, Lawrence
Mayonnaise
Gloucester, have emerged victorious in our challenge.
Sure.
Congrats, Lawrence. You did good. But just so we're clear, you're not so full of it to think you're actually stronger than me, are you?
Ah, throwing down another gauntlet. Very well then. How about a little sparring session, right here and now?
You may have the weapon advantage, but...
Bring it. But no complaining if you lose, alright?
I have the everything advantage.
I must be telling you.
Almiran ships are being very different from Bridget ships. I am surprised. Eastern ships are not coming to Bridget. Maybe it's because it's hard to cross the ocean.
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe. Not that I'm some kind of maritime expert. If you're coming to Bridget, you can learn much about the ocean. Would you be trying it? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go to the war map and we're gonna go get that battle thing unlocked. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Alright. Well, we'll go check that out here in a bit. Can I do this? You can only take melee units into battle. Alright. Let's go. Fuck it. We're gonna take this one on. Lords of the Land. What does that mean? Fuck you for enemies defeated. I was 8 off. That's so stupid. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Good job, Holst.
That was a
+2 strength. Oh my god. I don't know what the new achievement I just got is or what it has to do with anything, but it's fine.
The Sreng army aims to strike? But we just drove them back a few months ago.
The last incursion involved only a portion of their might. This may be the work of those who did not take part in the previous attack.
Fortunately, it would seem their forces are few in number. Even so, we can ill afford any interference with the Margrave's work.
It's been almost 14 years since King Lambert and I fought the Sreng armies together. They have always been a warlike people. If they've learned that Faerghus is in crisis, they would jump at the chance to take advantage of it.
So then the question is, who informed them of our current difficulties?
Are you in here, Boar? We've got a problem.
What is it, Felix?
The Federation army has invaded Fraldaria's territory. They're marching westward as we speak.
The Federation? But how? I thought our eastern border was sufficiently prepared.
They came by sea in giant ships and took over a port town on our eastern shore.
Since when does Leicester have a navy capable of transporting a full army?
That's what I'd like to know. But whatever the answer, they're here now.
No matter how big the ships, there are always limits to how large a seaborne invasion can be.
That's true, which means they'll want to avoid any unnecessary conflict. I would expect them to march directly west.
So they're going for the capital then. We need to stop them before they reach it. A job for the Shield of Faerghus, if I've ever heard one. I'll go home and get ready to intercept them.
Your Majesty, I ask that you permit me leave to do the same. As the former Lord of Fraldaria's territory, I cannot turn a blind eye to these interlopers.
Understood. I will send you some of my personal soldiers as reinforcements. Just promise me you'll both come back alive.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the episode here, so hope you all enjoyed it. It's appreciated. That's probably gonna be a normal sized episode. Honestly, we just did a bunch of support, team building and whatnot, building bonds and whatnot, and oh, man, it's gonna be interesting. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Did appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more. I'll talk to you all later.